Greetings, comrades. Welcome back on board. As ever, I am your captain of gaming, Conrad Larson, and yeah, to put it bluntly, I'm back. I'm going to be recording some more videos, hopefully, as the days go by. Got potentially a few to show you in Space Engineers, and maybe I'll look at some other games. So, without further ado, let's get straight to business. Now, if you remember my Alterran Fleet video I made a long time ago, I think it was my first Space Engineers video, you'll probably remember one of the larger of the two warships I showed you. I can't remember what it was called back then. It was probably something along the lines of a... oh, it was something Latin. Well, this is the Explorer-Class civilian vessel. It is effectively the updated version. This is a modded version of said ship. I do have a vanilla version too. And yes, this is that same hull effectively brought forward a couple of versions. I believe this is Mark IV, whereas that was the Mark II that I would have shown you. Or actually no, potentially the Mark I. So basically, what have we got since then? Well, we got conveyors, we got frost damage, we got glass, we got so much stuff, oxygen, you know, just thousands of things. Survival probably came into play, I believe, since that video. Who knows? So we're going to start, just show you a quick rundown of the exterior, and we'll jump straight inside and show you her guts, her heart as well. So what we've got here at the very front, this is the top deck where the main sort of weapons are. We've got a 122mm assault gun from the OKI weapons collection, as well as we've got a lot of 23mm defense turrets, again from the same OKI weapons collection. And these are obviously quite powerful defense turrets, a little better than mechanical guns. They've got a lower profile too, which I'm a big fan of. They do have an issue where they like to shoot through their own ship, which is a bit of an issue. At the front here we have the sensor package, which at the moment is limited just to a ore detector, a beacon, you know, pretty simple. Antenna at the back for communications. It's come on the side, you've got the docking ports here with this nice little stripe painted on to indicate from the bridge where your docking ports are, just to help line stuff up. As we come towards the back, you can see the bridge itself, you can see the upper observation deck, you can see windows, you can see the lower observation deck down below here. We'll get through to all of this. Then you've got the two nacelles. Now these nacelles have got nice little... I quite like this cowling. It's just to give it a little bit of added protection, while still allowing all the thruster flames to vent out without damaging the ship. And that's pretty much it for actually the exterior. There's not much to show you. You can come along the underside. You've got a resupply arm there, which is currently folded away, and you've got the hangar, which is, as you can see, an underslung hangar the ships fly up into. So with that in mind, let's get straight into it. We shall enter from not a conventional entrance to the ship, maybe, but it's the top of the ship. So if we come through this airlock, which is automatic, but unfortunately slightly broken. You see this door will no longer close. Uses the auto door / airlock mod by Toyota Dragon, which is a really good mod, but this automatic airlock update has caused a couple of issues. So we come to here. This is the upper observation deck on one deck. This is known as one deck, or is it three deck? Hang on, where are we? No, I believe we're on three deck. Who knows? Right, conveyor air blunt. Anyway, ignoring that. So this is the upper observation deck. This is the conveyor air vent, giving us a bit of air up here. We can go straight up here to the bridge. We've got one of my favourite bridge designs I've ever put together. So we've got this very nice tri-window design, which gives you, when you're sitting in the cockpit here, you've got a bit of left, bit of right, and up above. Fairly good visibility, and then you've also got bridge wings, which allow you to walk out the side. You can see the docking ports, you can see down the side of the ship. Basically, you've got very good visibility from the bridge itself. If you need back visibility, you can come down to the, well, bridge wings generally gives that better than this. So jumping straight downstairs, if we jump down here, we come to the stairwell, which is the main ship. These doors are not automatic, simply you can seal this off quite easily. We've got here, which is an access hatch to the ship's cargo centre. It's all hidden behind, sort of down this side of this stairwell. And if we come straight forward, we've got the factory. We've got an assembler, a blast furnace, an oxygen generator, and an oxygen tank. There is also a refinery, which you'll see in a second. If we come forward, we come onto the crew deck. This is the recreation room of the crew deck. Light switch, very important. You've got some weights, stop your muscles atrophying in the 0.5 gravity that you get on board these ships of mine. You've got a pool table, you've got a bit of coffee, bit of snacks, play some Space Invaders or watch a bit of anime, who knows, you know, whatever takes your fancy. Coming forward on the ship, we come to the notice room. These boards here will say display jobs and stuff that he's doing around the ship and whatnot, and this computer is just a check in the internet and all that sort of thing. As you can see, these two reactors here sit in this room. These are backup reactors. The idea being that they're away from the main reactor, a main engineering bay, just so that the ship can have some power if it needs it. And you can see you've got another air vent here for providing all that air you need. So if we come forward again, we've got two doors, one left, one left, right. They're different doors. If we come forward, this is the bunk room, the crew quarters. You've got 8 bunks, but the idea is the ship has a rotating crew, so you probably put about 20 people on board. You say 20? I say yes. The reason being that we have here a CO's cabin or an XO's cabin they could share. Not at the same time, obviously, but on another rotation. They've got to watch a bit of Alien, just get themselves shitless for their shift. But, you know, so the idea is you can probably have about 20 people working on the ship on a rotating crew. It's a civilian ship, of course. Well, sorry, not of course. It is a civilian ship. It's got quite a heavy armament for a civilian ship, but I quite like my civilians to be quite well defended. And if we come forward, we're now in the ablutions. Got to be able to keep clean. Showers, wash basins, lockers for putting your stuff in, keeping your towels, and then of course the toilet. Very important, with its own sink. As you can see, these are using a lot of the showers that's released from Ikesta's decorations. These definitely are the toilet is. The ceiling lights are, which I'm a big fan of because of how sort of soft they feel compared to the more sort of industrial feel of the interior lights, the stock parts. So we come back forward through these auto doors, we come through these auto doors, which aren't automatic, so forgive me. We can come back to the stairs. I will be shutting doors behind me because it's a habit. So we've got a sloped air vent here, which is from that same air vent mod. And if we come forward, we're on 2 deck now, I believe. I don't know, I think I got rid of that idea. So we come here, we can see the hangar, nice little walkway above it. And we'll get into what's in the hangar in a bit. We come forward through these industrial doors, and we can see ourselves into the engineering bay, large reactor. We'll get around to all of that stuff. We're just going to walk straight around this catwalk and walk down the opposite hallway. Simply another cargo hold access port, mainly for the engineering bay, as you can tell, based on its location and access way. But if we come back here, as I said, we're in the engineering bay. So we've got a very... I hate this stairwell. Very odd. So we've got a large reactor, provide all the power we need. We've got emergency backup batteries that can sort of take the place of this using this programming block. If this goes down, these will kick in. The backup reactors help make sure that happens. This is engineering management panel. It can shut down the reactor, turn these on manually, sort of sort the air vents out, all sorts of mess. Turn off this protocol basically, and we can come forward into the nacelles. So if we walk down here, these nacelles are, as we can see, conveyed up, come through the airlock, and you'll see why. And these provide all those there will be the turrets above there. So this provides all the turret, and it's also, as you can see, air. Now the nacelles are also housing to all the gyroscopes. You get 14 in each, 28 gyroscopes total. And that's all the gyros this ship actually has. It's all it needs, and I quite like the sort of the nice, neat look of them stacked up like this in this sort of 2-tier style. Now if we come forward, I won't show you the other nacelle because it's noted it's identical but mirrored. So if we run upstairs again, we'll come back down this hallway. See, I really could have just left these doors open, but as I say, it's such a habit of mine. Walk forward, and we can come down another deck. So there's this refinery I mentioned before, and we've got 2 doors. We'll get into this one next. We come forward here, we're now on the mess deck. So the mess deck is called so because you've got the mess hall, which is right through these doors. Not automatic, because you will set this door off so many times coming along the ship. Cooker, sink, counters, prepare your food, get your food out, make your coffee, whatever, and eat your food. Nice views, of course, all necessary. Just to keep this thing. There's no light switch in here, which is just because there's no space to put one. If we come forward, it would be a shame if you had to run all the way upstairs just to go to the toilet after eating, so there's a toilet right down here next to the mess hall. Come forward on this automatic door hallway. This is just a hallway to the front of the ship. All sort of, it's got its own air supply. Most rooms have their own air supply. And we come to the ship's control centre. So, as you can see, you've got all of these. This is where you can fly the ship. You can actually fly, that's a helm position. You can fly the ship. It's got sensor management, navigation, computers, communications, all sorts of crap, basically, to allow you to work your ship from the inside rather than sitting up on the bridge. These 2 panels, here and here, control sort of various systems. This is the miscellaneous one, and apparently it's decided not to show. That's a bit of a bug. It should show something. There we go. So yeah, these panels aren't really needed anymore since we can actually get up what they do on here, but regardless, turn on and off all interior lights, toggle the ship's alert status, which is hand-controlled by this programming block. When that goes into action, all these lights will flash once, then turn red, a dim red, alarm blocks around the ship will sound, which you can't see because they don't exist. That's a compound block issue that I'm waiting on. They all sound to alert that the ship is going to combat sort of alert status basically, and all the doors will shut themselves automatically. It's quite a nice little system. Auto doors turns itself off basically. Right, so that's all that does. And then I believe the other two, which again is not showing, who knows. This panel on the other hand controls that the resupply arm that you saw earlier. So I'm actually going to reverse that so we can show you what it looks like when it's deployed. When we come back, you've got a recharge station in here and some seats. You know, bit of everything. Now here you've got a med bay, very important, medical room behind hidden glass, and then we've got the two airlock ports which you saw from the outside. Those are the ones with the docking tubes. That's an automatic door. Why am I trying to close it? So if we come back forward, you're now going to run back to the stairs. One of the things I'm a big fan of, and the reason this is not a warship, is these glass windows that you see around the ship. They give you nice sort of views, but obviously are crap for war. Come forward back into here, and we'll go straight across the hallway, and we'll come to the hangar. So the hangar is a fairly simple setup. It's a big hangar. You can put pretty much any ship, any sort of small ship in there that you want. I say any, you know, reasonable. And it uses Maglock Mark II, the Maglock Mark II blocks from the mod, in order to secure ships inside of it. So you've got this control panel, you've got this controls these maglocks, this switches to lock on those ones. These open the armor gates here, which are iKester's armor gates from the iKester Armor Gate Work in Progress mod, which is done by more than one author. I can't remember the other one, I'm so sorry. And the air vents, which, as you may have noticed me clicking, that switches them to depressurize. I don't know if it's a bug or if it's just a creative thing, but they don't depressurize. So I can open that door and you can see all the air rush out, and they open fairly quickly. And you can fit, as you say, fit out there, but you can fit two ships in here. Generally, with this being an exploration vessel sort of orientated, I like to put, say, a recon drone and a mining drone in here, so you can do a little bit of everything. If we shut these gates again and start pressurizing the room again, when we go down to the hangar, I will show you what the point of why I used iKester's armor gates. See, I would have much preferred to have used the actual armor gates that don't have the stripes. No offense, iKester, but stripes. But the reason I use these ones is the collision mesh actually allows you to walk back up this little slope, which I like because it makes walking around here easier. Now, the reason this hangar is pressurized in any case, it has its own airlock, is simply so that people can work on ships in here, get their tools out, and work on whatever ship's parked in here. They don't have to worry too much about suffocating, basically. So we'll leave. This is one of the few airlocks that's automatic but still works on the ship due to the distance between the doors. And if we come out, we come to the last floor. This is 5 deck. Gravity generator for the ship is right here in the very centre line of the ship, but quite low. Means that the grav gen extends quite a ways down, which is a shame, but you can't really put it in the middle, unfortunately. And we come to the lower observation deck. You can turn off the light, which doesn't really do much down here, but who knows. This control panel, this text panel here, the idea of it is that it would have a map displayed on it or something like that, but obviously I can't really draw one of those that's auto-updating yet unless we get a sort of mapping system. From here you can actually see the resupply arm now deployed. This is what I meant by showing you what it looked like. You see it's fairly simple. It goes down. I've managed to dock this, managed to resupply from pretty much every ship possible that has a good sort of external port using that. It keeps the ship out of the way. Quite a nice sort of ship-to-ship refueling probe basically. So with that in mind, I'm going to run quickly up and I'll give you a rundown of the ship's stats from the cockpit on the bridge. And I will fail to fold away that resupply arm, because I don't think I have the settings. No, I don't. Okay, so this is what she looks like, and I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. It's my favourite hull shape, and as I say, I built this hull on my first day owning Space Engineers nearly a year and a half ago, and I have yet to build a better looking ship in my opinion. My behemoth might question that, but yeah, pretty much. So let's go through the stats. So as you can see, she has a mass of 3.1 kilotons, fairly light. She's entirely light armour, so that helps benefit that, which means she's quite fast. What with her things here, and apparently I'm in a low oxygen environment. I'm not sure why that is. Could it be because of that door? Hi. I don't know. Maybe I need a vent up here. Sorry. 3.1 kilotons, as you can see. As I say, she accelerates fairly quickly. She has 110 megawatts at her disposal, with batteries turned off, I should hope. Nope, turned on. If we turn those off, it does nothing. Maybe if I turn to recharge. No, I don't know. It has a fair bit of power supplied to it. Oh, no, there we go. So with them on and not on recharge, we have quite a lot of... We have 162, so we have 110 without the batteries, which is good. And you can tell the batteries supply about half that themselves if they're on their own, which is sufficient to run the ship. Thrusters, 113 thrusters in total. Most of it's forward thrust, as you can see, but it's got quite a lot of up. It's got quite a lot of up and down thrust. Less lateral, but she doesn't really need it. She moves fairly well. As you can see, she accelerates forward a lot better than anything else. As mentioned before, she has 28 gyroscopes in total, which make her sort of, if I can swing her around with reference to that, she's sort of, I'm moving my mouse not slowly, about as fast as I can manage, and the ship's responding. So that gives you an idea of how she responds. Fuel time is irrelevant, depends on how much uranium we've got. Number of batteries in use currently apparently is 13. That's probably an issue to do with my batteries. Let's go to battery. I bet some of them are turned on and some of them aren't. Apparently I can't spell. Oh, I know why, because they're hidden blocks. Off, 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 off. Interesting, so they're all off. Never mind. And then she has 8 landing gear, which are the maglock surfaces inside the hangar, rather than anything else. So that's that. That is all I'm going to show you today. I will probably come back with another video in a couple of days to show you one of the other ships. If you remember the Alteran Fleet video, or go back and watch it, you'll notice the Mule class. I have an updated version of that, though it's vanilla, not modded. I'd quite like to show that off, which will be a very short video, so I'll probably chuck another ship in that one. I've got something called Firebird Patrol boat that I very much like to introduce you all to. With that in mind, I'm going to sign off here. My name is Conrad Larson. You have been joining me for a bit of Space Engineers. Safe travels, and see you next time.